I'm going to tell you a story of how I got hired and then fired all within like 72 hours.
Let me see you, darling. Man, lie, 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 lie. Man, lie, 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 lie. Man, lie, lie, lie.
What's going on, Belly Crew? Welcome back to the Belly of Sareli. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Sareli Eats. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe because we are eating over here. I know it's been a minute. June has been a crazy month for me, so I definitely do apologize. The video is going to be coming out a little overdue, but it's going to be a seafood boil because it's the weekend. I actually got a Angry Crab Shack gift card for my birthday, so I just went a little crazy and just got, a pound of mussels, some sausage, some snow crab, king crab, and I got a po' boy. Haven't had one of these in a while. And then I also got rice. And for my beverage of choice, boop, high quality LaCroix. It's a coconut flavor. Only because I just didn't feel like having water right now. But it's all good. So let's go ahead and start grubbing. I got a little bit of a story time for you. And I think I forgot to pray before I started. So I'm going to go ahead and pray right now. Father God, I want to thank you for waking me up this morning and that for all that you give, for the food that we eat and the lives that we live. In your name we pray, amen. Let's eat. Ooh, I was going to say, let's start off with a mussel, but it's empty, but it's okay. A little bit of garlic. Before I start my story time, how have you all been? Been good? Been great? I've been pretty good. Just super busy with family. Had some family things going on. So, needless to say, June has just been busy, been crazy busy. A lot of garlic they gave. It's okay. They actually gave me everything in a bag, but I don't like to eat seafood boils in a bag because when you reach in, the sauce gets on your hand. It's just something that I don't like. I mean, it gets all over your arm. Your hand is okay. Your arm, that's pushing it for me. Let's move the king to the side, little king claw. So, I'm going to tell you a story of how I got hired and then fired all within like 72 hours. Yeah. This is an older story. It's not recent, but it happened a little while ago. So it happened when I just turned 18. I graduated high school. A couple months later, I turned 18, and I was working at Chuck E. Cheese at the time. Chuck E. Cheese, if you can believe it. And I was like, I need a job for older people. I want an adult job. I'm 18. Blah, blah, blah. That same old, same old. So I apply around. A couple months later, I get a call for a job. Mind you, when you're 18, I mean, any age can do dumb stuff, but I feel like 18 to 21 was my dumb phase. Make that 15 to 21 was my dumb phase. So I get a call back for a job. It's for a courier service. They deliver packages. That's pretty much it. They deliver packages, ship packages out. So I get a call for them, and they're hiring for seasonal people. So I apply. I'm like, hey, this job seems easy. You know, I can do it. And I applied for like a courier helper. So if the driver was in the car, I would be the one helping with the packages. You know, I would deliver them to the door or sort them out in the back. So I go to the interview. I kill it. I'm pretty sure I kill it because I technically got hired. I kill it. You know, I'm like bolstering myself up and saying, oh yeah, I've done this and I've done that and I've done this and I've done that. And then towards the end, they pretty much hired me on the spot. They're like, you seem like you have the experience, you know, and you'd be really great backup as a driver. And it didn't click for me when he said backup as a driver that I would actually maybe be driving one day. And the thing about the company was that in order for you to work, you had to know how to drive a stick shift. And at 18, you know, I didn't even know what a stick shift was. You know, I watched Fast and the Furious, and I was just thinking, you know, they were just moving the shift, you know, really fast, but it was all the same. So he was like, now before you know, start working, I just need to make sure you're able to drive a manual, right? And I was so excited about getting the job that I'm like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, I got everything. I know what to do. And he was like, all right, you can start tomorrow. You're gonna be a helper, and you'll just be a backup driver in case we need you. So I'm like, I bet, cool. Like they're not gonna need me as a driver. I'm just gonna be a courier because, you know, all these people here are trying to be drivers, so they don't need my help. Well, good. But to be on the safe side, as soon as I get home, I open up YouTube and I immediately start YouTubing what is a manual car? How do you drive a manual car? And I'm thinking, oh, it can't be that hard. You know, I'll watch a YouTube tutorial just in case they need me, and I'll be good. So I watch a video. It's confusing as heck. Like, there's a clutch. There's a speed that you have to shift to. You have to use like both your feet. And I said, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. They better not need me to drive because, you know, I only want to be a courier. But you had to, you know, be able to do both as a backup. So I'm like, okay, I'm sure they won't need me. I'm not going to keep watching these videos because they're just too confusing. So I go in the next day, super confident. And I'm like, yeah, where are those packages at? So I can help my driver load it up. And then the man that hired me, he was also there. And he was like, oh yeah, good thing you're here because we had 2 drivers call out sick. And we need you to drive one of the trucks today. And I felt so sick to my stomach. But still, I was trying to go along with it, being young and dumb. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Just point me out to my truck and I'll get it ready. So stupid. So he tells me which lot I need to go to, and then I need to get the truck and I need to pull it around because I would need to do some deliveries, but I wouldn't have a helper, so it wasn't gonna be that many deliveries. So I'm like, I bet, that's cool. I'll go get the truck. Meanwhile, inside, I'm praying to God. I'm like, God, please, everything I learned from YouTube yesterday for how to drive a stick shift, I want you to help me be able to do it. I need help. And so I get to the truck, and it is huge. It's huge. And normally, you're supposed to do a driving test, but they were so short-handed that as long as your background was clear and you passed the first interview and you passed like the written part, they could care less at that point. So, ooh, no muscle. Oh dang, I got stuff all over my shirt. Not even paying attention. So I find my truck. I get inside. And I don't know what this long stick thing is, because the videos I were watching, they were sitting in a car, and like the stick, it was pretty short-handed, and they were able to like vroom, 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 like shift it. I get in the truck, and it's this big old long daddy cane stick, and I'm like, what is this for? I didn't see this in a video. And then they wanted me to drive it to the front. And so I do the easy part. I start the car up. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Start it up. But then when I try and go, like go forward, it makes this wee, 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 like this big old grinding sound. And I was like, oh, I think I did something wrong. So I turned the car off, or turned the truck off. And then I'm like, all right, I just need to relax, you know. It's early in the morning. It probably needs to warm up a little bit. So I start the car again. And I got the clutches and everything ready. I'm like, all right, all I have to do is drive up to the front. But I don't know how to drive up to the front. So I like take the long stick thingy, and then I move it, like shift it like one gear. So, and it starts to drive. And I'm like, all right, you know, so I just need to keep it on this gear. And then as soon as I sped up, it started grinding again. And then I'm like, okay, this is where people do the clutch thing. I stepped on that clutch. That vehicle stalled. Like right in the middle of the parking lot. There was nobody around me. So I'm like, all right, nobody's seeing it, so I still got some time to teach myself. 15 minutes later, I'm still not to where I need to be. So the supervisor comes to where he told me to get the vehicle. And he's like, is everything all right? We need you to start immediately because we're sort of behind. And so I'm like, yeah. The truck was just giving me some issues. So I was just making sure everything was okay. And he was like, oh yeah, you know, sometimes they need a little bit of warming up in the morning. So I'm like, oh yeah, thank God. I thought something right. And then he said, I'll ride with you over to the lot that we need to go to anyway, and then I'll help you pack your truck up. So I'm like, oh, you don't gotta ride with me. It's okay. He's like, no, I need to head over there anyway. So let's get over there as soon as we can, so we can get the day started. And I appreciate you filling in for us. And so I'm like, no problem. And I started up, and he's looking at me kind of weird. Like he feels like something is up, but he doesn't know what is up. So I started up, and I'm like, okay, I just gotta calm down. I got this. Immediately tried to go. The truck just like jumped, jerked, and I didn't even move an inch. And then he was like, are you sure you know how to drive manual? And then I said, well, I thought I did. And he's like, well, when we hired you, we were very adamant about, you know, telling people and asking people if they drive manual. And I was like, yeah, I was really hoping that I could just be a courier and everything else I was talked about, you know, being a manual driver, kind of went over my head. I'm so sorry. I said, I know how to drive, but not how to use this long stick thing. Well, he was like, well, if you want to be in this position, you need to know how to drive the stick shift. And unfortunately, you don't know how to drive, so I'm going to have to go ahead and let you go now. And so I'm thinking, all right, so am I going to come back tomorrow as like a courier once your drivers aren't sick anymore? And I didn't even get to ask that because he was like, make sure you drop off your uniform and name tag in the locker room. And so I got fired. Unceremoniously, I was fired. Didn't even last the whole week. But, you know, it was definitely my fault because when I went back to the application, like under the requirements, it did say must have a valid driver's license and know how to drive a manual transmission. So, you know, that kind of went, you know, towards a blind eye. Oh, where my neck go? Went towards a blind eye because, you know, I really wanted to just have a job in general. So, good thing is that I didn't quit Chuck E. Cheese yet because I'd gotten hired so fast. I still wanted to do like a 2-week notice because that's just how I am. No matter the position, I have to give my employer 2 weeks notice. But yeah, that's how I was hired and then fired within 2 or 3 days. I'm using the rice with my hands because I forgot a fork, but I don't need a fork. Hand is fine. Let's try this po' boy. I asked for a shrimp po' boy. I feel like they gave me a shrimp and a chicken po' boy. That's definitely shrimp and chicken. I mean, it's not bad, but the shrimp one costs more. So I technically lost out on like $1. And it was a gift card, and it tastes good, so I'm not gonna complain too much. I was really hoping that they had green lip mussels, but they just have the black mussels. Not bad. Green lip, ooh, got a little spicy. Green lip mussels, they're a little bit more, they're a lot bigger, actually, not a little bit, a lot bigger. forgot about my butter, or my Cajun butter that I made at home, because if you try and get butter at one of the places, they charge you like $1. And I had butter at home. Wow, wow, wee wow. We'll get to that in a second. Let's eat some crab now. But yeah, that was my story of how I got hired and fired. Let me know if you have a funny story about you getting fired quickly, or if you've ever been fired. I didn't take it hard because one, I was trying to choose something that was different than, you know, working at Chuck E. Cheese. But I wasn't going to be passionate about it. I didn't want to make a career out of it. I just wanted to have a break and just have something different. Because I'd been there. I've been at Chuck E. Cheese for a while. Pretty much when I turned 16, my parents took me to go get an application. And it just so happens I got hired there. But I wanted to change, but I probably should have chosen something that... Ooh. This is a messy boil. I am so sorry. Oop. Next time, I think, if I eat here, I'll ask for the sauce like on the side, if they do that. There's one seafood place around here that if you ask for the sauce on the side, they look at you like you're crazy, and then they say no. They don't do that, which is fine. Run your business how you want to, I guess, but... I can't, not a huge, messy person. Oh yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the story time. And you got a laugh out of my, it was stupidity, but I was young, dumb, and broke. Or a lapse of judgment. Ooh. Come on now. Any seafood? Or any crab, not seafood. Of course, it's seafood. If I'm sweating, excuse me. My AC unit has been acting up. So I have a work order to get it fixed, but those things take time sometimes. So after this, I may clean myself up and then go put my feet or something in the pool. The good thing about my pool is that it is not very deep, So there will not be a drowning situation, in my opinion, like the story time that I told before. I'm just gonna put my feet in. Well, I may just put my whole body in, actually, because I am finally off today. So I get to chill. All right, let's got a little mussel right here. Eat that with a little bit of rice. Good, good, good. Really wish I had some water now. Kind of regretting the soda a little bit. Let's get into this bad boy. Where do we even start? This isn't all they gave me for king crab, but this is what I'm going to be eating right now. Ooh, my goodness. We got this. We got this. There we go. All right, we got one piece of king crab out. Come on. I'll tell you what, one of these days, I am going to master how to open up king crab, or I'm going to stop eating king crab. Whichever one comes first. There we go. Here we almost go. There we go. My goodness. My sugar's all messed up. People who wonder why I like to cook my own boils. I'm usually not as messy. Still pretty messy, but there we go. I shot some food somewhere. It's probably on my face. And it's gonna have to stay there. shrimp. All right. Let's see. One side. All right. Oh, here's one piece of meat right there. And then here's the second half. Empty. The claw is a lot of work. I thought the legs were a lot of work for a king crab. I take that back. Do a little bit of butter. The corn, you can kind of tell when it's like fresh corn or frozen corn, because frozen corn tends to get a little bit more mushy. This is definitely frozen corn. Not horrible, but whew. Let's try another bite. Ooh, it's hot, y'all. Arizona right now is pushing almost 100 degrees. I have fans on, but not doing too much for me. Sausage. Put it around a little bit. Excuse me. Mussels. a lot of bread. I'll probably end up calling them, actually. It's not a bad thing, but... Okay. That's gonna do it for today's video. I have about 6 mussels left over, 2 crab legs, and half a sandwich, but it's hot, so I'm gonna have to find a way to cool down because I'm sweating. So I'll save this, you know, put some foil on it, save it, and I'll probably eat it a little bit later. Not probably, I will be eating it a little bit later. I love you all. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. Last Monday? Yeah, last Monday, the 18th. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. Shout out to B Loves, who actually gave me a call on my birthday. If y'all don't know who B Loves is, you know, you missing out. You know, head over to her channel and whatnot. But she gave me a call on my birthday and talked for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A little this, a little that. But now I'm just gonna go ahead and chill. I've been working every single weekend. Now it's time to just relax. So, love you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, when I eat, you eat, we all eat together. Cue that outro.
Who told you I can't handle my drink? You're on the floor, I'm still holding my drink. Hennessy and Coke, gonna be talking funny.